We have the safety gear. We have the target task. We have the role. Now, we type, and this is where 80% of people fail. They stare at the blinking cursor and they type, "Help me with this." And the AI says, "Sure, what do you need?" And you spend 20 minutes going back and forth. The goal is a perfect result on the first try. To do that, we need to stop talking and start engineering. Prompt engineering is the art and science of crafting effective instructions or queries for language models like ChatGPT or Claude. It's a crucial skill in today's AI-driven world, as the quality of your prompts directly impacts the usefulness of the AI's responses. It's learning to ask the right questions or give the right instructions to get the best possible output from the AI. In this module, we'll explore why this skill matters and how you can begin to master it.
Prompt engineering is the art and science of crafting effective instructions or queries for language models like ChatGPT or Claude. It's a crucial skill in today's AI-driven world, as the quality of your prompts directly impacts the usefulness of the AI's responses. It's like learning to ask the right questions or give the right instructions to get the best possible output from the AI. As prompt engineers, our role is to bridge the gap between human intent and machine understanding. We need to understand both the capabilities and limitations of large language models and how to communicate our needs clearly to these systems. Now, why is all this important? First, well-crafted prompts lead to more accurate and relevant responses. If you ask the right question in the right way, you're more likely to get the information you need or the output you desire. Second, it enhances efficiency. Good prompts can save time by getting the desired output in fewer iterations. Lastly, effective prompts help us better utilize AI capabilities. Many people underestimate what these models can do simply because they haven't learned how to instruct them properly. Before we dive into how to write good prompts, let's look at common mistakes. 1. Vague or ambiguous prompts. These leave too much room for interpretation. 2. Lack of context. The AI needs relevant background information to provide accurate responses. 3. Overloading. Trying to accomplish too many tasks in a single prompt often leads to poor results. 4. Failing to set boundaries. Not specifying what you don't want can lead to unwanted content in the response. The old adage, garbage in, garbage out, holds true. Keep these pitfalls in mind as we move forward. Avoiding these mistakes is key to effective prompt engineering. So now that you know what not to do, let's focus on what we should do instead. We use the CLEAR framework. Let's dismantle a bad prompt and rebuild it using CLEAR. Here's a bad prompt. Write an email about the project delay. Now let's apply CLEAR here. C is for context. The AI doesn't know who you are. To add context, you might say, act as a senior project manager. You are writing to an anxious client who hates surprises. L is for language. Do you want a poem, a tweet, a legal brief? Give language guidance like, use a professional, reassuring, but firm tone. No corporate jargon. Keep it under 200 words. E is for examples. This is the secret sauce, known as few-shot prompting. Provide an example of what you want. This might be phrased like, here's a previous email I wrote that the client liked. Mimic the structure. A is for abstain. If there are topics, inputs, or outputs you don't want, say so. You might say something like, do not discuss the reasons for the anticipated project delay or additional costs. A is also for action. Don't just say help. Ask for an artifact. For example, in action MIGFIT B, draft the email, and then create a bulleted list of the mitigation steps we are taking. And here is the 2025 update. R used to be for refine. Now R is for reasoning. As we discussed, new models can think. If you are asking for something complex, like a strategy or a code review, you need to trigger that brain. Request reasoning from your model. For example, before you write the email, outline the potential risks of sending this news now versus later and explain your logic. Be ready to refine your prompt. If you don't get the desired result, try rewording or adding more detail.
So the bad prompt was, write an email. And the clear prompt is, act as a project manager, context. Write a reassuring email, language in this style, example. Do not discuss reasons for delay, abstain. Draft the text and a mitigation list, action. And think through the timing risks first, reasoning.
The difference in output isn't 10% better. It is 1,000% better. Remember, clear prompts lead to clear responses.
Now, let's pause for the power users. You might hear terms like zero shot or chain of thought. Don't let the jargon scare you. Zero shot just means asking without giving an example. It's like asking a stranger for directions. They'll do their best, but it might be generic. Few shot means giving examples. Here is how I write. Copy me. This is almost always better. Chain of thought prompting means asking the AI to explain its reasoning in steps. It's helpful for complex tasks, but in most cases, a short, high-level explanation works just as well. Knowledge generation prompting involves asking the model to generate new information based on what it knows, which can be useful for brainstorming or problem solving. For example, ask the model, based on your knowledge of climate change and current technology trends, suggest 3 innovative solutions that could help reduce carbon emissions in urban areas. As you become more skilled in generating prompts, these advanced techniques can be deployed to enhance your results.
Let's prove it. Heidi, you brought some dirty data?
I did. This is a transcript from a chaotic 30-minute brainstorming meeting. A toy company preparing to launch a new line of interactive talking dolls for the holiday season discovers last-minute production and shipping delays that threaten to miss the peak buying window. With millions in revenue at stake, the team scrambles to identify solutions ranging from pragmatic fixes, like expedited freight and shifting assembly to the US, to wildly impractical ideas, including flying the dolls across the Pacific by drone. The meeting transcript shows their urgent decision-making as they balance cost, feasibility, and creativity under intense time pressure. It's 2,000 words of people interrupting each other. If I just say summarize, it will give me a vague paragraph. But let's look at a clear prompt. I've given it context, a program manager and language, professional, and bulleted. I've told it how I want each speaker identified and given it an example. I've asked it to include anything off topic, and I've given it an action to create a table of ideas. And lastly, I asked it to reason. Let's see how it does now.
Look at that. It didn't just transcribe, it evaluated. It gave the moonshot idea a low feasibility score. That's the reasoning engine at work. That task would have taken a human 45 minutes to parse. We did it in 45 seconds.
The CLEAR method can transform vague, poorly defined prompts into detailed, focused instructions that are more likely to generate useful and relevant responses from a generative AI tool. To truly master prompt engineering, hands-on experience is essential. Practice with popular large language models like ChatGPT, Claude, or Microsoft Copilot. Start with simple tasks and gradually increase complexity. Remember, each model may have slightly different capabilities and quirks. We will go deeper on this in a future module, but it's important to note, as we harness the power of AI, it's crucial to consider the ethical implications. Always be aware that AI-generated content may contain biases or inaccuracies. It's our responsibility to verify important information. Also, be mindful of issues like AI hallucination, where the model generates plausible-sounding but incorrect information. Always approach AI outputs with a critical eye. Don't just cut and paste the results, or you might end up like this guy. As you gain experience, you'll want to develop your own framework for creating, testing, and storing effective prompts. Keep a record of prompts that work well for different tasks. Regularly test and refine your prompts, and don't be afraid to iterate. To wrap up, remember that effective prompt engineering is a skill that improves with practice. Keep the CLEAR method in mind, experiment with different techniques, and always be ready to refine your approach.